Hello! Welcome to the first edition of Waking Up with Kandy. We're just going to wait a little bit until our special guest arrives. Yay! Hi, Lindsay. You just put a title here. We're just waiting for our special guest to arrive right now. Thank you for joining. Oh, thank you. It's a filter. Yay! There she is. Okay, hold on. Okay. Perfect. We're good. We're going. We're doing it. We're doing all the things. I love it. Hi. Yay.
Hi.
Oh, you're
Do I have to do
silent.
this? Okay.
I know. I like that view too.
Damn. Okay.
I know.
It's
I know,
fine.
girl.
We're gonna make it work. We're gonna do a little
Yay.
touch.
Thank you.
But I
Sorry, I was
could also
having
hold
some
it.
technical difficulties, so it took me a little while.
No worries. I was like, what's happening?
Yay.
I did my wrong.
I know. I
You
didn't
know.
forget. It was all good. Yay, we did it. We did
Hi,
it together.
everyone.
Hi.
Yay.
Yay. Okay.
Oh
So
no.
let me do my little introduction for you. All right. Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Candace, and we might know each other. And if we don't, I like to think of myself as a mystic light worker. And my intention for tonight is to hold a safe space filled with unconditional love. And let us just flow together in resonance as we hear Lauren's story about her spiritual awakening. So welcome to Waking Up with Kandy.
I'm woke, girl. I'm
How
woke.
are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good
Yeah.
today. Yes. How are you?
Yeah. Good.
Awesome.
A lot of people have been feeling really been feeling it lately. Just kind of
Oh
depressed and
yeah.
sad and everything because everything that's going on. But
Everything.
anyways, I digress. This is about you. Okay. So just take us to the beginning or to where you first realized there was a shift in your consciousness and you just felt that love feeling.
Yeah.
Anyhow, just share with us.
Well, I think it came back around a few times. You know, it's like a spiral. So we are just continuously learning the same lessons over and over again, just from a different state of consciousness. But I used to party a lot, and I think it was just like a point where I just got fed up with it, and I started doing hot yoga like every day for like a year. And that's when I realized like all like yoga, the energy, I could actually feel the energy moving. Also, I could like
Like
a
in your
lot,
body?
yeah, like in my body. And also, I could feel, not that I could feel, like things were coming up. So many revelations and epiphanies would come to me in hot yoga. It's like by the end, we're in Shavasana, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like so many downloads and just things of like, oh, you need to heal this. This needs to be like just so many things were coming up for me. Um, but then after about a while,
Is it
I
kind of like
plateaued. It's kind of like what?
Mhm.
No, I didn't hear that last part that you said. That's why you said, is
I
it
was
kind
thinking
of like,
like Kundalini yoga.
oh no. So Kundalini I've also done, which is amazing. Everyone should totally try it. It's like so not like normal yoga,
Because I
but
heard that clears you out.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, there's so many different kinds of yoga, but hot yoga specifically
Mhm.
because I need that in like for me, I needed the physical intensity and the intensity of the heat to just like get me into the zone, I guess, into the flow. Because I think normal yoga was kind of just like too easy. I was like, okay, it's not really, it's cool. It's a little bit of a workout, but hot yoga definitely got me there. And then it from there, it just opened me up to, and now I'm here doing energy healing because of it.
Wow. So you needed that kind of like that shift, that shake. Um,
Yeah.
the to release stuff out of your body. So hold on. I want to go back because you you kind of made it seem like you have felt something at a younger age. Maybe like your
Oh, right.
spirituality was
Yes.
there and
Hmm.
you were starting to awake a long time ago. Okay.
Yes. I have always been interested in the metaphysical for like forever. But I also am just the type of person that wants to absorb all the knowledge in the world. So at a very young age, like my parents used to buy me encyclopedias. I have internet back then. And this was like before computers and we had, and I probably read the Bible like 5 or 6 times, but I felt like there was something missing, like I was like, this doesn't make sense to me. So started to explore other avenues of the metaphysical world and spirituality. I mean, there's not much you can get. Like at the time, like I said, there weren't even computers. Like personal computers weren't. I hit like 10 or 11 that there was, AOL. And then I went into a deeper dive into that. But then, like you grow
Right.
up, you go to high school and do that stuff. And then I got really involved in that for a while and party life because I couldn't handle handle all of the energy that was flowing through me at the time. I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so was that what happened? It's kind of like a block, right? You're realizing and opening up,
Right.
and then so what happened? And then you said you had a pause, you had a break. Something happened. Like,
Hmm.
why do you think you started partying a lot? Like, what do you think that
Yeah.
happened?
Um, I mean, real talk. So, like, I
Girl,
know,
it's a safe space
yeah,
here.
okay.
Safe space.
So, so I know now that I've always been able to feel. There's
Feel what? Wait, you're breaking up a
no
little bit.
like feel like energies and spirits and but at the time there was no training for this. There's no books that I can get. Like even on the internet, there wasn't really much. So I mean,
Yeah.
I just wanted it to stop because I didn't know how to control it or to like, it's scary. Like you're a kid, you don't know. There was so many times there was, when like kids are like scared of the dark because there are things in the dark.
Yeah.
There's like actual energies and spirits in like all around us. But I just was more attuned to it. I
Yep.
just didn't know
Even
that's what it was.
attached to us.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't know that's what it was at the time. So it was just like I wanted to turn it off. So partying was my way to turn it off.
To numb it out. Just
Yeah, totally.
not.
Just like, yeah, also to get it out because I know now that I'm a channel and channels hold a lot of energy. So you need to like release it. You can't just, I mean, I could barely sleep. I was such an insomniac. There was many, many nights where I just would stay up all night long. So partying was like the perfect avenue for me at the time because it was like, cool, I could stay up all night long. So like that's
Yeah.
it got really destructive. It was like not fun anymore. And that's kind of when I just stopped everything, and I threw myself into like, I started working out a lot, and I went on this like really healthy diet, like basically changed my life for a year. I didn't party or anything for a year. And then I found hot yoga, and I went into that, and then I was like, oh my gosh. And like I said earlier, like life is like a spiral, right? Like lessons will come back around. The party life came back around, and I looked at it and was like, I'll just dip a toe inside, and next thing you know, I'm back in the party life again. I'm
Right.
not good. Yeah. And then I've always been interested in like other metaphysical stuff, crystals, things like that. But I think that like meditation wise and really understanding the spirit world, I was kind of still into it like a few years back, but I was really focused on building my business. And then just right before COVID, I was like, what am I doing this for? I was so burnt out. I was working 6 days a week because of money, and it was just like, actually, no,
You're
it
breaking up.
wasn't. Can't hear me now. Yeah, so it was like, it wasn't
Okay,
because
you're
of,
good. Hold on. We're gonna.
yeah,
I just want to ask the angels to help us right now with the
yes.
service and connection, so that we have a
Mhm.
clear path of communication in all facets and areas. So thank you.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
you're breaking up a little
Thanks,
bit. I don't
Angel.
want to miss anything.
Yes. I
Okay.
don't know why it's breaking up, but yeah. So basically, no, actually, like I was using work as a coping mechanism for not, for like not, so I didn't have to deal with life. Also, again, like I could still feel energies and spirits, and like actually, my roommate at the time, she could actually see them. So she was like, there was a point where she was like, yeah, there was a guy, like a guy that walked into your room, like a spirit. I was like, what? Like, don't tell me these
Into
things,
your room?
like, yeah, into my room. I know. I was like, I never told my last
Wow.
clients. Sorry, guys. I never told them there was a spirit in my apartment where I
Oh my.
worked, where I actually took clients. Yeah. Yeah. And I just,
But did you feel
I,
like it was bad?
no, actually, it wasn't. They weren't, but
Okay.
it's like at the same time, I still didn't know how to control like what it was, you know? Like now
Mm-hmm.
I know how to, welcome good spirits in, and also to like make bad ones leave.
How did you learn
Um,
that? Like
um,
how did that transition?
how did I learn this? Oh, okay. So, well, actually,
Yeah.
quarantine. So quarantine. I actually just like decided that during quarantine, since I couldn't work, we obviously didn't know how long we were going to be in quarantine. I decided to all
Mm-hmm.
of my traumas and negative beliefs, and I was just like, I want this all done with, because these are things that I really wanted to work on, like shadow work stuff for a long time. But again, like I said, I was just knee deep in work, burning myself out, and just at any chance that I got to relax, I didn't want to do a single thing. So during quarantine, I just like dedicated myself to that, to healing everything. And then I came across this energy program, and I went into that, and I went into several, but so I went into this specific energy program. It wasn't very like anything, they didn't really talk about angels or the divine or anything like that. It was more just about energy, but it helped me so much to heal myself. And then there was another program that came up, and this guy just his name is Oliver. He's had such a different teaching style, and also just like another take on energy. And I was like, whoa, okay. I learned all this from this other guy, and it was really awesome, and it helped me so much. So I'm gonna do this other program. I do it, it's amazing. And then I again healed so much more of my shit. And then a certification came up. The certification program to do energy healing came up. And that's where I kind of learned how to deal with like other energies and spirits, and how to like, only welcome in the good ones, and how to repel and shield myself from the bad ones. Yeah, but it was
Wow.
such
Okay.
an
Well,
amazing experience.
that's honestly really powerful, for yourself, right? To be able to recognize it and to turn something that was once scary or that you really didn't want to face at all whatsoever and
Right.
avoided into something that you understood, and you're like, okay, so wait, so hold on, because I know some people maybe are still feeling that they are
Hmm.
in that place of like scarcity, and they don't know how to like become that sovereign being and affirm their like
Yeah.
how did you do
You can
that? Like, I'm so
you
curious.
can yeah, you can actually just say it. It's like what I've learned is that everything is intention. Everything. Like anything you want, you can make happen. Anything like protection wise, anything like creating wise, you can just make happen through intention. And that's actually how a lot of people turn their spiritual gifts off, is because they're like, this is scary, don't come to me anymore, I don't want to hear this. And then they literally shut it off. It doesn't mean that the spirit went away or just like things went away. It's just they shut themselves off by that intention. And it's the same
Yeah.
thing like with shielding yourself and also welcoming in energies and spirits of love and light is also intention. It's just as you said an intention right now
Mm-hmm.
for the angels to like let us have, this good connection. I mean, it's the same thing. You just have to ask. But I also think it's like being able to connect with the divine, cosmic energy, whatever you want to call it, source energy. Um, like once you
God,
do that,
Jesus,
yeah, whatever, yeah, whatever you want to call it, that spirit, I call it the great spirit. But yeah, like once you connect, you can just ask for literally anything you want, including protection. Like I literally like shield myself with angels every day, and they protect me with all this light.
oh,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. What is
Yeah.
something, what's like a trick that you can tell somebody to do if they don't have any protection right now, that they're doing energy
Hmm.
protection, which, by the way, right now, for sure,
Yes.
everybody, I believe, maybe if they want to, I'm not going to say should, but
Yes.
yeah, definitely
Um,
protection is something that's important to me.
right. Yes. Well,
So what's a tip that you can?
I'll give you mine, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an easier one that like everybody else can do. So, as far as a shield, you can just imagine a like bubble of white light around you. And just imagine that this light protects you. Like imagination is so key. Like you think as a kid, you're like, what, like your imagination just flows. Everything's so easy. As an adult, they just like tell you to shut it off. But really, that is one of the key things to intention and also like co-creating. But yeah, I would just put a bubble of white light. That honestly is really simple and easy to do. Me specifically, I use the angels I call upon. Archangel Michael is the angel protection. And I have them shield me with like white and golden lights, and also like the light of love, like the light of joy, a light of purple, which is healing. That angels were like,
Mm-hmm.
grew up really heavy Catholic, but I was like never agreeing. I was like, no, I was like, this doesn't make
Okay.
sense to me. So, God and like angels, it was like such a thing for me. I was like, why? I don't really believe in God. You know what I mean? But I was like, I know I believe in like the universe and a higher source. But now I know that it's not like
Mm-hmm.
religion and this are two separate things. So I use the angels. I call upon the angels, and I set that in my intention. Honestly, it works. It works. I mean, I have no issues ever. It's kind
Mm-hmm.
of amazing. but even from like people, like
Yeah.
when I say energies and I say set an intention to, so I set the intention to protect me from any negative energies, entities, and beings. And then I also, may I radiate love, light, and joy wherever I go and to whomever I meet. And it works. I
Ooh,
literally,
I like
nothing,
that one.
yeah, nothing ever comes across my way that's bad. Like everyone's like, how do you always just like have these like good circumstances? Because of that. Like I set this intention, I shield myself, and I'm good throughout the day.
You have that trust.
Fast for that. I'm sorry.
Ah,
Oh no, you're
you're
breaking
breaking up a
up.
little bit still. Angels,
Oh
we're
no.
serious. We're serious here.
Please,
um,
Angel.
I was just saying that you trust, right? And
Yeah.
then
Oh
you
my
can
gosh.
hear, oh, I didn't hear. It's perfect. Everything's perfect. No worries.
No worries. It'll
Okay.
just
I,
it'll do what it does. Can you hear me? Now you can? Okay, cool. Well,
yes.
yes. Trust, surrender. That's what letting go is. Trusting and surrendering, having faith and just like
Mm-hmm.
letting go. Like if I'm not literally thinking around me the entire day like shield me, shield me, shield me. It's like one time. And if I even
Done.
feel and yeah, exactly, done. And if I even feel an inkling of like, am I fearful in a certain situation? I'll just be like,
Mm-hmm.
angels, you got me, right? It's like easy. Boom, done. No problem.
Because that's what they're there for. They're here. They're surrounding
Yes,
you. They're like, all right, we're ready.
yes,
Okay, you have to tag us
absolutely.
in now. Like, tag me in. Tag me
Yes, exactly. Because
in. And
we
we're not
live,
doing it.
hmm yeah, no, because we live in a free will universe. Like if you don't ask me to do a live, I'm not going to come on a live with you. Same thing with angels and same thing with spirit and same thing. Everybody has spirit guides, right? Like you need to ask for their help. Otherwise, they're just gonna be like, oh, there she is going
Yes.
into that ditch again. Like, damn, like we want to help her, but you have to ask for the help too. Yeah.
I know. I love all those memes that are like, your spirit guides are like,
Yeah,
like, oh my
exactly.
gosh, what are you doing?
Exactly. Like they want to help, but you
Mm-hmm.
need to ask for their help.
And okay,
Yeah.
so can I ask you? I'm just okay. So many things. Number one, you talked about channeling. I want to go
Hmm.
like, what do you channel? What? And then also, have you met your spirit guides? Do you know who they are, maybe, or like one? Okay, so
Yes.
I'm
So,
like,
so for a very long time, I've known that angels were with me specifically. And
mm-hmm,
I would write from the angels. Like when I would sit and call upon them specifically. I would be like, Archangel Michael, I need your help right now. And then I would sit there and write, and it would literally channel Archangel Michael. Like, and my spirit guides, I don't know all of them, but I'm pretty sure I know the name of one. And I'm just like, I still don't know, but they come and go sometimes. But I know also the ascended masters like that help me too. So it's yeah, there's quite a few.
mm-hmm. Ooh, I like that. And I think they change too. Depends. Like some will maybe
Yeah,
come into view, others will stand back.
it
Yeah.
depends on like what you're working on. What are you working towards? Um, and that you might get a different spirit guide for that
Mm-hmm.
specifically. So that kind of came to me for that's why I kind of know one because at some point during quarantine I was like I'm gonna make crystal jewelry and actually use the degree that I have. So I was like, because I do have a degree in product development from FITM and I just like didn't ever use it for anything. I mean, styling, I did styling, but I was like, I'm gonna make a crystal jewelry line. And then I was like, what am I gonna call
Mm-hmm.
spelled with a And I was like, but then I would like hear things. I was like, okay. And I would draw things and I'm like, I know this isn't me, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. But yeah, like if you decide on
Mhm.
something, that is the guide that's gonna come to you. Yeah. I know some
I
channelers who
love
have
it.
the same guide throughout, but it's like I think it's because they've decided like I am a channel and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like communicate wisdom to people. But for
And
me, it's like
who
I totally didn't hear it. The last question you said.
do you, yeah, so no, go ahead, sorry.
No, I,
I love it. I love it.
yeah, no, I mean I do
Perfect. Everything's perfect.
yes. I also channel planets, stars. I just go
How
out and they talk
planets, you
to
channel
me.
planets. Okay, so
Yeah.
how is it like, is it like a knowing? Is it like it comes out verbally, or like how is the channel downloaded, and what planets, and how does that work?
Well, again, like I said, you have to call upon them. You have to ask for their guidance.
Right.
So generally when I do it, I will go outside and be with the stars and I'll just be like, hey, and I know I have this like a little star app and I'm like and I look and see what planets are out there. And then I just like call upon them, start talking to them. The reason that I know that it's not me and that I'm channeling is because they're all different. It's literally like I'm clairaudient, so I can hear different voices that and they're different.
Hear things.
They speak differently too. Like from Mars, like I'll get a very direct, like super easy thing, and I'm just like, oh, that makes sense. And then from like Jupiter, it'll be something a little bit different that I'm just like, oh, okay, that's definitely, like you could tell the difference between the people. I mean, planets. But to me, they're people.
But no, again, it's like that trust, right? It's like
Yes.
people are probably thinking, how does she know? Like, how do you know? It's like this knowing, this like you
Yeah.
trust. That's
Hmm.
it. You feel
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
You go from there.
Yeah. Also, I find specifically with me channeling, I have a things from forever ago. But when I'm channeling, it sometimes
Memory.
happens so fast. I don't remember it. Like I can try to go back to it and be like, wait, what? What did I hear? And I won't be able to like recall everything. But if it's me and it's totally me, I can tell you word for word what I was thinking. And like,
Really?
or angels or planets, it's like, oh my God, like that I don't remember everything that they said. Like need to try to tap into it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That happens. Or some
Yeah.
people get really tired, or they just like lose. They have to like recuperate after channeling, or just filtering in that energy. So you have to be, I think, also make sure that you're taking care of your body too,
Oh yeah.
in
Honor your
order to
body. Mhm.
continue to use your body as a
As a
channel.
channel. Yeah, definitely like mind, body, spirit. Such a true thing. Like I was thinking about it today, astronauts, they go to the moon in spacesuits. If something like if they don't take care of their spacesuit, right? Like their whole everything gets fucked up inside. For us, it's the same exact thing. We're a soul in a spacesuit. It's like if you're not taking care of your spacesuit, it's hard to do other things, anything really. So, I mean, I think that's a super big part of connecting with source too, is like keeping you straight, keeping your body
Yeah.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So important. And what you
Yeah.
say,
Yeah, everything.
yeah,
Like
it's really
you're
important.
programming yourself all the time with
Mm-hmm.
what you see on TV, what you watch, who you're with. what their thoughts are and what you're
Oh,
allowing into your world, really. Yeah, like you have to
right.
be an active filter yourself, you know?
Hmm. So that brings up something I wanted to ask you as well. That you mentioned, it also it really it matters who you're connecting with, or who you have, what you're seeing, and who you hang out with during this time on social media. Is there anything that you kind of like steer clear of, or a different, like extra protection, or you just are really,
Um,
you know what I mean?
I'm not super big on social media
Or
just
people?
because of that reason. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, people that are just negative in any type of way, I don't really associate with. Social media accounts that are
Hmm.
negative in any type of way, I don't associate with. I'm super big on like creating your world. I create mine all the time. And I actually had a client the other day that was like a new client. She didn't know who I was. I came to her for the first time and she was like, based on our conversation, she's like, you're like living in another dimension on the same earth. And I was like, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need all of this negativity that's going on. Not to say that I don't care about the things that are, current events that are happening, but I just believe that you need to change yourself first. There's not much you can give a shit about whatever's going on out there all day, but it starts with you. And
Hmm.
if you're in a negative space, how are you supposed to change the world in a positive way? I don't know,
Yeah.
like that's you right? Like
Yeah.
and for me that's what I do. I'm positive, connect with source,
Hmm.
and I do all these things to keep myself in the light, and then I go and spread the light wherever I go. And that's the way to change the world. I mean, negativity doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah. It's a lesser light anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't, I mean, it only breeds more. I mean, right? I really want more negativity, or do you want more positivity? Right? Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. It just giving your energy away. People give their energy away so much to
Right.
judgments, or other getting caught up in, the back and
Right.
forth and the current events kind of
Hmm.
stuff. That it really can lower your vibration. You are feeding into that collective
Right.
energy.
Exactly. Hmm.
So
Yes.
it's mindful to you got to be mindful about that, definitely. So it's good that you are. And
Yes.
so what are you doing currently? You said a client, right? But you do
Hmm.
lashes right now, or
I
right? Oh.
am, yeah, well, well, I am doing lashes
Oh.
right now for the last week. And I will be done with lashes to go into energy healing full time at the end of this month. Yeah, just this one last week of lashes, and then energy
Wow.
healing from here on. Yes, yeah, it's so wonderful. It literally changed my entire life. Literally in a month, my whole life is just like everything's different. Like from my relationships to where I'm going to live, from my career, everything. But for in like the best possible way. So good.
And that's what we have to do sometimes, right? It's just like let go of the things that are no longer serving us in order to make room for what is meant for us, and what's highest and best good, and the highest and best good for all involved.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I just think of it as like if you're holding on to something so tight, like a
Hmm.
fist, right? If you want to grab something else, you need to let go of what's in your hand to go grab that better thing.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. And
Right? That's
energy
good.
healing totally did that for me. It's like I did so much work during quarantine, so much shadow work, and then it's like, you just need more. You're like, I know there's more. And with all the energy work that I did on myself, and then when I went and got the certification, we did a bunch of energy healing. Like we got an energy healing done to us, and then also we had to practice, right, on each other. So we had so many energy healings done on each other, and it
So
just
cool.
literally released so much. And that's why my world has changed completely. So because I released so many fears and negative beliefs and traumas just from doing that.
Wow. And then you
Yeah.
felt, obviously you felt different after,
Oh my
right?
God. Yeah. I feel so
You
good.
stepped into a new
Yeah.
Lauren.
Yeah, totally. Like Lauren 9.0. Like I jumped a few levels because it literally, I swear, I think weeks after I got back were like 2 years worth of therapy released, but easy. It was easy. It was
Mm.
energy. Like we don't realize how much energy holds on to things in our lives. And we also don't realize
In
how
our
much,
bodies too.
yeah, in our bodies, yeah, things that happen in our bodies, things that are like anything external that's happening around us is because of the energy that's on us, that we have in us. So by releasing a lot of those energies, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I got to release so many emotions and beliefs. And like we don't also realize is that fear act like so many people are operating from a place of fear. We don't realize that the decisions that we're making are fear
Mm-hmm.
based because you think like, oh, okay, cool. Like, for example, like the biggest dream you have, like when you were a kid, like I wanted to be like, let's say a paint. I don't know. I didn't want to be a painter, but like say you wanted to be a painter, and it's like, you go through life and you're like, oh, you can't make money off of that. Go to college, go get a job with benefits or whatever. Those are fear-based decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You, as a kid, didn't have that fear. You just wanted to be a painter. So what stopped you? Fear. And I literally let all of that go in energy healing. Yeah.
Wow. I want to do it so bad. Like, just because I've heard of other people doing other types of energy healing too.
Hmm.
And they do
Hmm.
really say it is like what you described. It's like years of therapy in
Yes.
just like
Yeah.
the time
It's
spent clearing it
yes,
out.
absolutely. And it's so, I mean, I guess like I'll explain it to you as this. Like, so your current reality,
Uh-huh.
imagine a four-legged chair. So if you're sitting on this four-legged chair,
Mm-hmm.
emotions and the other leg is beliefs. So once we clear the energy away, the emotions and the beliefs aren't supported anymore. They are
Mm-hmm.
so easily let go. Also, your entire reality shifts, right?
So,
Like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not sitting on the chair anymore because the energy is gone, and then now your emotions and beliefs are like, oh, I'm just gonna float away. And really, that's what it is. I'm
I
literally
love that
like
analogy.
every single day it was like, oh my gosh, revelation, revelation, revelation. And it's still happening. Thing is like energy moves really fast, right? But our 3D bodies need to catch up. So even though the energy is already like cleared, our obviously our current event or what's happening in our lives isn't going to just change on the same exact day. Otherwise we'd be like, what the hell? Like
Right.
what's going on? But literally in a
It's a
whole
slow
month.
transition.
Not it's not slow though. It took me my whole life is changed like 1 month and it's not even done. Energy healing lasts over like several weeks. So you'll start to
Oh,
see
to clear
changes.
out?
Yeah. So even if
And
you
then
do
I
one,
also heard it clears
yeah,
out your energies, and then you realize gifts come. You start to
yes,
really like,
yeah,
that's a
you
big thing
activate
too.
gifts. Yes. So
Oh
you're,
yeah, activates.
yes, you start to activate gifts because, I mean, really, those gifts probably were turned off because of fear. So, I mean, you literally
Yeah.
collected all of this fear, and once you're letting those things go, everything's open. Yeah. I know mine did,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Like, it's like I already knew what I had, and then I got this healing and activation, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just like now things are just flowing so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so exciting.
And then yes, it is. It is like it is. I I'm like I don't I'm not like I'm excited for you, and I see the possibilities within me to get energy
Hmm.
healing. So, what type of energy healing do you do? Like, would you offer? Like, tell us about that too.
Yeah, so I do sacred geometry healing. What this
Ooh.
does, it's called, the specific title is called Geo Love, but
Okay.
it utilizes sacred geometry, and it
Geometry.
gets, yes, it gets to the root cause of everything, really. Everything. So, I mean, somebody may come in. I know some people are like, oh, like, can you work on this specific problem or whatever? Like, say love, for
Mhm.
example. Can you help me open up for love? And I'm like, okay, cool. But we don't realize that maybe the root cause of that has nothing to do with, like, say your ex-boyfriend or something, because you think you need to be healed from that, and that's what's blocking you from love. But
Yeah.
maybe it's something even deeper than that. Well, it usually is. It goes deeper than that. Maybe it's something from
Yeah.
when you were 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 years old, and you didn't know you were holding on to that all that time. So this
Right.
modality, I know of other like healing modalities like Reiki, for example. It's a little bit more surface level, but this particular modality, Geo Love, gets to the root causes of your everything. Yeah. And it's really cool. Like
Oh my
it's really
God.
fun to do. So I'm excited to go full time into this.
Yes.
I'm
And
doing
Lauren,
calls.
okay, look,
Hmm.
there's so many people. I'm just gonna say it. There's so many people that are in situations 9 to 5 jobs
Hmm.
in situations that it doesn't doesn't best serve them, and they would
Right.
just love so much to just say, "Hey,
Yes.
I'm doing what I love
Yes.
full time from now on." Like
Hmm.
that's for you to now announce that you're stopping your lash business. Which how long have
Hmm.
you been doing the lash business for?
3 years. 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you built up a rapport. You got comfortable. You've been something you're doing. You're professional, and then you're like,
Hmm.
you know what? Honestly, this is my calling, and I
Yeah.
want to help
Hmm.
heal people. And
Yes. And it
that's like
legit is such a calling. I never knew what a calling felt like until I started doing energy
really,
healings, because I was getting called,
what
like,
is it? What did it feel
actually,
like?
it felt like, well, one, amazing, but two, what it people are actually calling for my help. Like, hey, I need you. I want this energy healing from you. Yes, please give that to me. I'm interested. And I'm just like, oh, this is what a calling is. Because I haven't really advertised
Yeah.
anything. I haven't marketed it. I haven't really told like friends and some of my clients, and like everyone's ready to go. Everybody wants it. I'm like, okay, this is what it is. It's like Spirit's really calling me to do this, because
Yeah.
I don't need to continue to do lashes anymore
Mm-hmm.
to do energy healing. Yeah. So, I mean, again, and then that's another thing, big
Yep.
leap to just go into something that I've
Yep.
never, but I mean, I did get this other message from Spirit the other day that you don't realize, like, you've had past lives doing what you're doing now. What your calling is, you've already done it
Oh,
before. So you're not starting from scratch.
right.
You're actually you can do this. You're just remembering how to do it.
I know. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Hmm. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
So
have
it's
you?
like,
Do you know? Okay, so do you know your past lives?
yeah, I actually was a
Do you
healer,
know
a
any of your
shaman in
past
my,
lives?
yes. I know.
Oh, that's right.
I
That's right.
know
You told me.
that.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, so I was a shaman in my past life, one of my past lives, and I was a healer. And then also my,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've done this before, and you know what's crazy? It's like I've heard this so many times before I even learned how to do energy healing. People would tell me like
Mhm.
your energy is healing. You're a healer. Like you feel good because I'm around, and I'm glad that you feel good because of our conversations. But now that I'm doing this, it's like, well, yeah, I am a healer. I mean, yeah, like now that I know this modality, but yes, like in the past, like I've always been told like your energy is very healing. Even with my lash clients, it was like
Mhm.
they would come in for lashes, they think they're coming in for lashes, and they would leave with new perspectives. They would feel more healed, they would feel better. And I was just like, because of the energy that I was exuding. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah. So it's like,
I
I don't
love
know.
that
Oh, go ahead.
you took the leap, you
Yeah.
know?
But
You
again,
took
it's
the leap
like
of
a,
faith and you paused. You're paused.
because I mean, it's such a trust thing.
Unpause.
Like, oh no.
I know. You're good. You're good. I think I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, it's a leap of faith, but that's kind of how you get whatever you want. You need to like just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go for it. Burn all the bridges, literally. Burn all the bridges because if you have I think I heard this once. I don't totally fully agree, but like comfort is the enemy of progress. Like you just
Mm,
if you are so comfortable, you're just like gonna be like, well, wishy-washy. But you're not if you want something from the universe, you can't really be wishy-washy, right? You can't just be like, oh, like I kind of want that. I'm still gonna be over here,
yeah.
but I kind of want that. Like you gotta jump in, right? So I yeah,
Yes.
like I just have to let go of this old life and move forward into the new one. Yeah.
Can you give us can you give us like a tip or something we can do to because it sounds like you're definitely mastered the art of manifestation. So
Hmm.
is there like a tip or a trick or something you can like provide us with that really helps you?
Yeah, so I set an intention every single day, how I want to feel,
Okay.
what I want to do, and I really tap into the feeling of that. And if you guys want, you can like DM me and I'll send you some affirmations. They call it affirmations, but I like to say intention because to me it's more intentional than just an
Okay.
affirmation. It's not just like I am powerful today, but like it really direct my
Yeah.
day from the start of the day, and then I tap into the
Yes.
feeling of that. And once you tap into that vibration, honestly, it just
Mm-hmm.
carries throughout the entire day. So if you guys want to DM me and like you want to know some of the ones that I do, I can totally send you some that I do.
Okay, cool. Yes. Okay. So everybody, I'm gonna have all your.
I totally didn't hear you broke
No,
out.
it's okay. You go. You go.
Yeah, no. So yeah, like setting that intention, I do a few things. So I set the intention for my day, and then right after I set that intention, I literally list all of the things that I'm grateful for, and it's already like that already sets you and like puts you into that same vibration. And I
Yeah.
do,
Of gratitude and love. There.
yes.
Yeah. On this.
Hmm. Yeah. And with the setting the intention, I definitely would recommend writing it because you're actually putting it into physical manifestation, right? Like it's a thought in your head. Like, for example, if you're like trying to make something happen, you want to buy a house. I want to buy a house. So by writing it down, you're already putting it into a physical manifestation. And then by saying it, you're literally vibrating
Right.
those words. And then by being grateful, you're getting
Yep.
into the vibration of it. So all of that and then letting go. Okay, that's that's the last step. And then you just let it go. You're not like sitting there like, oh my God, I'm so worried. Like, is this gonna happen? Like, no,
Right.
it's gonna happen because you already put
Trust.
yourself into that exactly trust. And I'm not saying don't take action steps towards things. That's not it. I'm just saying like don't worry. Just do do what it do what you do and let others guide you because there's so many times where
The universe meet.
yes, the universe will meet you there. Yes. Don't think about the how. Like, I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
get caught up on the, oh, well, I need this much money to make it happen. Actually, you don't. Like, you never know how the universe knows way more than we do. The universe will give us something that, like, it's for me,
Unlimited possibilities.
unlimited possibilities. And so for so many times that's happened to me, it's like I don't ever know how things are going to happen. I just am like that's going to happen for me because I want that. And then it happens in the most roundabout way like what? Like that's fucking magical because like I could never have predicted that it would have gone down that way, you know? Yeah.
See, there you go. And what if you were like thinking about all the ways that it can go down, and then
Hmm.
it you only have like 5 chances or 5 ways,
Right.
avenues it can go. Now you
Hmm.
just blocked yourself off and narrowed it all down.
Yeah. And again, that's
The
like going
universe
back.
has this huge. Mhm.
Yes. But again, it's like that's, that's like how we were saying about holding on, right? If you're holding on to the how,
Mhm.
then how can you receive any of the
Yeah.
more amazing ways that it can happen? Like
Yeah.
maybe you're gifted, maybe you're gifted a car or the house that you want, or maybe you win the lot. I'm not saying you're gonna like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many other ways that it can
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And just we don't know what those are. We just have to let them come to us and be in that space of receiving.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And I mean, it happens for me all the time, you guys. So just try it out. I could probably put together like a little bit more of a like a detailed 1, 2, 3. This is what I do, and send it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah. Honestly, I have this love manifestation one that I've been
People are going to be really wanting that one for sure. I
manifested my
think you
last.
should put a little.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking
Huh?
about it. I've been thinking about it, but because I did manifest my last person, and
Relationship.
yes, and I'm manifesting
Okay.
this new one
New,
to me because that's what's gonna happen.
a new
It's just gonna
person.
come. A new person. Yes. Yeah. But again, I just let it go. I'm not like, oh my gosh, like I didn't go on a date and like I didn't meet anybody here or whatever. Just
Mhm.
like let it happen.
Yeah. See, everyone's going to be, I mean, I know that I'm like, okay, what are your tricks? Like, because
Yeah.
you
It's
radiate
really,
it and you're like living the life.
oh God, yes, it's so good. It's so good over here, you know? Like I want everyone to feel this way. I do. I want everyone to like
Right.
understand like that they can make this happen as well.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and it is like literally even the new place that I'm moving to, I set the intention before I went to bed and I got it the next day. Like literally everything I wanted. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, girl, you gotta do like
Yeah.
you got yeah, your manifestations like yeah, that's
I
hot
think
commodity.
Yeah, I think what people get hung up on though too is like that it's so simple that they're like
I
there
think
has to be
so.
more,
Yeah.
and it's like no, actually there isn't. It's really just like these simple things like intention, getting into the vibe,
Yep.
letting go, done. And it honestly like the intention you can be as detailed as you want. It's like ordering something at a restaurant or at Starbucks. You're like, I want this custom order your shit. And like, you're gonna get exactly that once you do these steps.
Right.
Because that's literally all I do. Everyone's like, oh, you're so good at it. And I'm like, it's so simple though. And then I will tell people like, this is what you do. And they'll just be like, what? Like, and they don't do it. And I'm like, well, if you want this life, this is all you gotta do. Yeah.
Right. It's so
Yeah.
true though. It's so true. But when people are ready to do it and they're
Right.
ready to and it's there,
Hmm.
then it will happen for them, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's true. It is
Hmm.
really simple.
Yeah.
And you know, your sunshine, your happiness, your warmth, your energy, it I mean, because we met a few years ago, right? We
Yes.
met through mutual
Hmm.
friends. So
Yes.
you know, I've seen you before, like in your party days
Yes.
too. So
Yeah.
you're the same energy, like, you know, obviously you're shifted, you know, a little different, but you're then you're just like oozed out just this like warmth and just confidence. So that's who you are too. And um people I and for you saying all this, it doesn't mean that you close your eyes to the stuff that is happening in the world, just like you mentioned, right? It's just that you choose to focus your main
Hmm.
attention on certain
Right.
things in your life and feel a certain way.
Yeah. And
That's
just,
important to know.
hmm, and like honestly, again, like going back to you change anybody else's. You can't be walking around like a negative, negative, I don't want to say like negative Nancy. Sorry if there's any Nancy's on here, but it's like, like you can't be like walking around with this like negative vibration in yourself and being like, I want things to be positive. I want that person to be positive. Like, how can other things in your life be positive with this negative energy and negative vibe in you because you decided to,
Right,
watch the news the first thing in the morning or look at your phone
right,
and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I
right.
personally don't look at my phone the first thing in the morning. I hide my phone from myself for
That's
like the
good.
good for like a good hour to 2 hours while I do my whole morning routine, which is setting intentions and shielding myself and clearing my energy
Mm.
and having my meditation, doing a little workout. You have to do these
You
things to
choose you first. You're choosing
first.
you first.
Exactly. Exactly. Because who is if you're not? Like, who's
Hmm.
gonna love you more than you? Let's
Right.
let's be real.
Really.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
You're on point.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you
Okay,
don't
Lauren,
do
it's
that
gonna
first,
end soon.
mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thanks for everyone
100
for
million percent. It's
coming.
gonna end soon. But yes,
Oh,
do you wanna tell anybody you know, where they can find you? Are you know, your new transition to healing work? Oh, if
yes.
anybody has any questions, I'll post this after. I'll save it and just, you know, in the comment sections or reach out to Lauren. But yeah, okay, we have a minute 50 seconds left. So go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave it in the comments and I will DM. No, I'll put it in stories. I also have a new Instagram. There's not really anything on it yet, but it's called Alchemy Wonder Lab, and that is for my healing. And yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Candace, for putting this on. So
I'll
it
get
was
it
so
and I'll
fun to
save it
talk.
in the live, and
Yes.
everything.
Okay, cool. Thank you so
Yay!
much.
Thank you. I'm so honored to have you with us. The connection was here and there, but you know what? We felt your energy regardless. And I thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you everybody who's watching. And more to come. Are you there? You're paused again. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. I'll talk soon. Love you, Lauren. No.
Bye.